Hey boys, and welcome back to another Bleach video. So today we kind of have a new series on the channel. It's basically a how-to guide to use certain characters in PvP, and to start it off we have Askin as our main character for today. Obviously he's not in the middle, but we'll explain why he's not in the middle for now. So Askin is a very unique character because of his second SA debuff skill, and we've already showcased him in the past. I made a half-an-hour character showcase on the character in the past, but times have changed. I've learned a lot with using this character in the last like 3.5 weeks, and I just want to basically make another guide on how to use it. And in a sense, this is the Askin showcase, but for the main thing is it's how to use him efficiently in PvP, especially with his second strong attack, which is a debuff skill. And it's very important to understand how his debuff skill works. So to put it in simple terms, his debuff skill is a reverse boost effect. So if your characters, let's just say with Chad has a second strong attack, which is a boost effect. It will basically buff his whole team's attack, focus, and defense by 33%. That's important because that gives you a big advantage in PvP. Before Askin came out, and even now, especially with Askin in the game, every team should have a boost character. Whether it's Chad, whether it's Aaroniero, even if it's 1000 Year Blood War round 4 Ichigo. You want to have a boost character in your team, because if you go against an Askin, even if you don't go against him, you want to have that extra stats in your team to clear as fast as possible, and then to mainly make sure that you finish up the enemy team before a soul bomb can spawn in, because when a soul bomb spawns in, it's pretty much 50-50 on whoever gets that, and if you get it, then you pretty much win, right? So let's go back to Askin. Askin is basically the opposite of what Chad is. He lowers the enemy's team's attack, focus, and defense after he uses that second strong attack. Very, very big, because the main thing about that is that it can cancel out boost effects. And actually, the funny thing is, and the big thing you need to learn about this, is that Chad's boost, and also everyone else's boost in the game, can also counteract Askin's debuff skill. So it's kind of balanced in a sense. It's not entirely OP as we thought it might be. It still very is, actually, to be fair. But if you know how to play the game, you know how to use your characters, you can take advantage of this debuff skill and basically make it redundant on the enemy team. So again, just a recap. If we use Askin's debuff skill after they use a boost, completely removes it and also applies the effect, so now they're doing 33% less damage and also taking 33% more damage, kinda, right, or lowering their stats so we do more damage. And then if we use our debuff skill first and then they use their boost, the other team uses their boost, it counteracts it, and now they don't have that debuff effect and now they have the boost effect. So it's very important you know how to use these characters, and especially how to use your team, and that's what we're here to talk about today, right? So that's basically how to use the second debuff skill. Now if you are kind of wondering how to build Askin, because obviously this I guess is a how-to guide, there are a few things to take note of. One, let me actually showcase the best build. So this right here is the probably best build you can go with for Askin if you lack any golden accessories. You really don't want to rock the hollow baits. Even though they give you 60% extra attack, that 30% decrease in stamina is really not worth it. So this is probably the best build you can go with. You can get these 2 accessories for free from doing the event, and you just got to reroll it a couple times to try and get 30% attack. Now if you do have a golden accessory, you can use that. So for today we're going to be using the Mind Golden Chappie because I lack a green Golden Chappie. And if you do have a Tech Golden Chappie, then you'd want to use that over the Golden Chappie in any other color, because that's basically going to be the best case scenario. And if we did have a Tech Golden Chappie, this Askin would be a lot more dirtier in PvP. And do keep in mind, in a few weeks time, probably 2 weeks from now as me uploading this video, we are going to get new accessories, probably for Stern Ritter, let's be honest, that's probably the main thing about these accessories coming to the game. And when that does drop, the build for this is going to be quite different. Instead of this electric guitar, you're probably going to want to rock the NAD item, so 20% no attack damage and 30% attack, and you probably want to rock the stamina item too, so 40% stamina and 30% attack as the sub slot. And that's basically the go-to. And just for preference sake, let's quickly show our other teams. So Kenpachi is 4 out of 5. 10, 10, 10 for attack, stamina, and focus. And then this is basically his build. Basically the best build for Kenpachi. The only thing I really do like is an extra 20% DR link for his links. And then Chad, fully decked out, 500 attack. Links are there, 20 DR, and a Zangetsu link. So we're pretty much stacked with Chad and Kenpachi. We mainly just need the new accessory to come out for this Askin to be OP, and I also need to get that green Chappie. So let's showcase how to use this character most efficiently in PvP. So one of the things you want to actually go against, and especially if you're in the higher leagues where there's less people and you're going to see the same faces over and over again, you want to remember what players are using the attack strategy, because that's going to be very important for you to win their team. And even knowing this, you can still lose because of RNG. You can go against the Aaroniero, they can paralyze your whole team, they can get the soul bomb. There's a lot of effects that can stop you from winning it, even when you can have the advantage. So just do keep that in mind. We could potentially lose it quite a bit today. So we're going with the attack strategy. Now many people wonder why you use the attack strategy, because obviously as you can see here, it prioritizes strong attacks, and it gives you 30% SP. And as you can see from my team, no one has SP because we're all using chappies. Well, the important thing about this is that it prioritizes strong attacks. This means my Askin's going to use his debuff skill as fast as possible, and my Chad's going to use his boost strong attack as fast as possible, and then also Kenpachi is going to use his second strong attack, which is a vortex, which is going to basically potentially weaken the enemy he's going against. So it's very important, and you're going to see that a lot. Many NAD based teams use the attack strategy, because if you go with special and attribute, sometimes your team or your characters might not even use their boost, and you might lose because you didn't use that boost effect, right? So it's very important. For most people, they go with the attack strategy. There's different ways to play PvP. You could go with a special strategy, give your team full last ditch links, try and snipe the soul bomb, stuff like that. You could go with the attribute strategy to guarantee attribute advantage, stuff like that. There's very different ways you can play PvP, but for me, the way I play, I use the attack strategy. So knowing that, right, and even though this is an Askin showcase, you can see right now, he's not in the front, and we have a couple Ichibe leads here. And while that can work, it's the way characters are placed or positioned in the game. So let's actually showcase that. I really hope this Ichibe that we're going to go against actually has a Askin on the side, because that's going to be quite big, or even a Chad, and they have the attack strategy. So let's do that actually. Let's go against this Ichibe. Alright, so with the nature of PvP, because it's so fast-paced, I have to really explain what's happening. So, okay, he isn't using the attack strategy. Let's see what happens. So we're going to use our debuff skill relatively quick. There we go, we've used it. But I believe they did use their attack. Okay, I think we did have the debuff skill on. It's very hard to see what's going on here. So what I'm trying to say is, picture on screen right now. This is the position when you spawn in. Because Askin's in the middle, he's in the front. That means he's going to use his second strong attack quicker before the side lane characters do. So if he did rock the attack strategy, his Noitora would have used his boost after I used my Askin debuff, and that would have meant it would have cancelled out my Askin debuff, and then his Askin, because it's on the side lane, he would have used it after, almost at the same time my Chad uses his strong attack, which does obviously boost. So it's very important you know the position. So let's quickly go back and change Kenpachi, because I want to make sure we go against someone that has the attack strategy. Kenpachi in the middle, because he isn't going to use any strong attacks. And if we do go against an Askin that does have the attack strategy, he's going to use his debuff skill right before my Chad is going to use the buff skill, and we're going to have the advantage. So let's quickly try and find an Askin lead. Alright, there we go. Double points. Let's go for it. Let's hope he is using the attack strategy, because that's going to be very important. If they use special or attribute, it can kind of mess it up. So here we are. You're going to see here, hopefully my Chad does get the boost off. There we go. So he used his... Okay, I kind of have to slow this down. So his Askin used the debuff skill first. So now at that point we had lower stats. But then my Askin used his debuff skill to lower their stats. And then my Chad used his boost strong attack after he used Askin's debuff skill. So it counteracted it. And at that point, because he didn't have a boost character, we had the boost and they were also debuffed. And that's basically why we smashed them right there. Even though we did have 1k extra average attack, that's not the point, right? It's just basically... the positioning of characters is very important in this game if you do kind of go with this build. So let's try and find another enemy to go against and see if we can show more examples of this working. And there we go, Ozai, let's just go against you. Let's see if you are rocking the attack strategy, because if you are, it's pretty much going to be a guaranteed win. So he kind of is. There we go. So let's see if it does work again. So he's going to use his debuff skill first, which he did right now. We boosted and we used the debuff skill. Now, because Noitora is also on the side lane, I believe we use them at the exact same time. And I think the way the game prioritizes it, I think it prioritizes our debuff skill over their boost skill. So I'm not entirely sure. It's 50-50 because they both use it at the exact same time. But I think if they do, the Askin debuff skill gets priority. So there, we smashed it real quick, real easy, because we had the boost effect and we had the debuff effect. And that's basically the main point. Let's just go against another person. So we explained it in depth for the most part. So okay, we're actually going against ooh. So he's going to use his debuff skill. There we go. We boosted, we used our debuff skill. And let's see. Okay, so, you know what? That was a max transcended Kenpachi. To be fair, he did have a DR, he did have a last ditch link, so he had that less DR. But hey, our Askin actually did quite well there, because we did have the debuff activated and we did have the boost activated. So, I mean, he did die there because the Kenpachi did weaken us, but it just shows, right? Even Askin can technically kind of beat a max transcended Kenpachi if he doesn't actually if he doesn't actually weaken us. So let's just find more Askins. There we go. There's another Askin right there. Let's go against him. Let's see if he is using the attack strategy, because he is. It's pretty much going to be an easy win as long as I can get my debuff skill and boost skill off. So there you go. His Askin's going to debuff first. We're going to debuff after and also use our boost effect. So they basically counteracted it. There you go. Askin's dead. Yachiru or Retsu's dead. And so is Noitora. So there you go. That's basically the way to use this Askin in PvP. If you want to get him the most, if you want to most efficiently use him in PvP to, I guess, have the advantage, because the way PvP works, right, you don't use your characters. You just need to learn how the AI uses their strong attacks, and you need to learn how to best have an advantage over the enemy team, so you don't have to, you know, waste time losing your games or using orbs to stay up. Now, I am going against just random Askin, so I'm probably going to get demoted today or in a few days this week, because I kind of slacked off. So, let's find another Askin. Again, I'm Icy. I'm pretty sure I've seen your name round. This, again, this could be a close game. Let's see how it goes. He actually does have more average attack than us, so let's see how it goes. So he's using the attack strategy. We should have the advantage here. So he's going to use the debuff first, which is right there. He used it. We boosted. We debuffed them. And now we have the advantage. We could still lose. Like I said, it's very hit or miss if you could win. But we did come out there. I think our teams were somewhat balanced in a sense, because he probably had better accessories than us. But yeah, that's basically how you use Askin in PvP. Let's just quickly skip this and just show more gameplay, I guess. Alright, so what we're going to do now, because we did show the attack strategy, let's try and use the attribute strategy and see how it works, because you're going to see here, if we do go against this person here, even though we do have almost 1.5k average attack more higher than them, let's just see how it goes, because we could still potentially lose here. To be fair, we do have attribute advantage, so this should be an easy game. His Askin only has, like, E. Yeah, okay, this wasn't a good example. So, even though he did use his debuff skill first, and we did, I don't think we even used a boost. We pretty much just smashed him there because we just had the better team, and we did an attribute advantage. So, attribute advantage can work sometimes, but I think best way to use Askin is to use the attack strategy, because that's where you're going to see the most wins out of your games. And that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks with this Askin. So let's quickly just, I guess, find another enemy. Let's just have some fun with the last two games. Let's try and find some people with like 4k attack. Alright, 3.5k. Let's go against you. Let's see what you're doing. Let's hope you're using the attack strategy, because we should win here for the most part if we do go against some. Okay, so they're using the special strategy. This is going to be very strange. We have to really see. So we used our debuff skill. They boost. Okay, so you can see there, actually, I think they boosted right after we used our debuff skill, but their team just wasn't good. Their Ichibei wasn't link slotted. I mean, they had a max transcended Soifon, but we aren't using Noitora, so their Soifon pretty much did nothing there. That was a bit weird. See, when you have the attack strategy and you go against enemies that use the special strategy or attribute strategy, it really becomes a bit weird whether they use their strong attacks or not. So that's why I don't really rely on using those ones. I prefer to go with attack strategy, because that pretty much guarantees my team is going to use the exact strong attacks at the exact same time every single game. No RNG effect, you know, if they're going to use it or not. And that's basically how it is. So let's just find our last opponent and then end off this video. Alright, 3,722 attack. Let's go against you, Mr. Valen. Let's see how it goes. And let's see if he is using the attack strategy. He is. Alright, so he actually might be using the Tokinada last ditch strategy. Okay. Let's see how this goes. So there you go. We do have the advantage now, I believe. He is, yeah, he don't have the boost. He doesn't have. Okay. He wasn't actually using the Tokinada last ditch strategy. That was a bit strange. That was a bit of a weird team. But you can see that we absolutely dominated him, because we did have the debuff skill activated. We cancelled out his one. We used our buff. We basically just had the advantage. And that's basically the main point of the video. How to use Askin most efficiently in PvP. Now, in the future, I might do other videos similar to this with other characters. I'm going to try and stay in Lieutenant's League, because that's where, I guess, most of the good people are. I'm not in Head Captain. I'm not in Captain, because I just can't be bothered to play PvP. It's draining, let's be honest. There's no reason to play PvP outside of staying in the top 3 leagues or 4 leagues just to play Extreme Cup every week. So yeah, that was basically the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully you learned something new today with this video. I know I've been talking a lot. I was probably rambling on. I hope I somehow made it easy to understand. That's basically the main goal of the video. So if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you smack the like button, subscribe, share all that good stuff. And I'll see you lads in the next one. Peace.